Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria, 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Radio Maria 91.3, the voice of truth. It's your lady, Eucharia Okafor, on Moments of Realities, every Thursday, 4 p.m. Of course, you know, Eucharia is that lady that the grandfather was born in for day. So whenever I say this, you always remember this is the person talking, and the grandfather was named Okafor. That is the man that was born on a for day. So usually, you know, before I start, it's always in my habit to check up on my listeners. So I would love to say, how are you doing today? How is the business? How is the work? How is for students? How is school activity? What's going on? I hope you're good. And even if there is little challenges elsewhere, I always tell you, do not give up. There is still need to be hopeful. So today, you know, my program is always in two segments. The first one is when I read out my write-up, and the second one we have an interactive section. And today, of course, I have somebody who we call in. She is a career coach, yes, and a business consultant. She will actually talk to us on how to go about our New Year activity. So definitely we'll go for a short break. When we come back, I wrote on what I titled what New Year resolution should be. Yes, we are very good at whenever it's New Year, we'll make our New Year resolution. So I wrote on what I titled what New Year resolution should be. So let's go for a short break. When we come back, I'll read out my write-up. Welcome back. For those who are not around when we did our previous introduction, I said these moments of realities on Radio Maria 91.3, the voice of truth. And before we went for a short break, I said I wrote on what I titled what New Year resolution should be. Yes, what it should be. We might be conversant with some persons who say New Year's resolution. In this year, I'm not going to shout. In this year, I'm not going to talk too much. In this year, I will mind my business. In this year. So today I wrote actually what it should be. 31st of December of every year is always a day of so many wishes, an appreciative act. You hear comments like, thank God we made it till the end of this year. Sometimes, even when you are faced with a worrisome situation, people will tell you, my dear sister, the God that gave you the opportunity to see the end of this year will make a way for you next year. So there is this high hope and positive mindset that comes with 31st night and the joyous display in the church and our various homes. My mom told me a story that in the olden days, once it's 6 p.m. of every 31st December, every member of the community, old and young, will start screaming in a loud voice, saying, this year, go empty-handed, oh. Do not go with anyone. They believe that the more they scream in one voice, it will scare away spirit of death. And once it's 12 a.m., there is another shout of joy and victory with a lot of wishes and New Year resolution. But today, I would like to tell us what New Year resolution should be practically. 1st of January is just a continuation of another day in a new calendar year. Nothing indeed has changed, because our clock still ticks in seconds, minutes, and hours. A slight change in weather condition, which of course is usually Harmattan period. But the true change we need is the one that can bear fruit, which is you. And when I say you, I mean myself and every human being breathing, especially my fellow Nigerians. Sometimes, I wish that New Year resolution is not just a personal thing. Wish it could be practiced in organizations, government parastatals, school, place of worship, and other notable areas. Have you imagined that all of a sudden situation changes from bad to good. Have you imagined the students and youth who go to school to indulge in cultism, election thuggery, prostitution, armed robbery, unjustified killing of citizens, suddenly begin to develop the spirit of humane and patriotism? Have you imagined that a citizen of who is qualified for a particular job will be given without being asked to pay 1 million naira in order to get the job? And these so-called helpers in some government parastatals sit back and claim they employ 20 to 50 new staff without the government knowing that bribe of 20 to 50 million has been collected from these new staffs. Have you imagined that those religious leaders who manipulate the mind of the less informed citizen, telling them that voting for a particular presidential candidate is against their faith, so they must vote for who is practicing their faith, not who is capable? Have you imagined that those kind of religious leaders stop discriminatory teachings? Have you also imagined that marriage becomes more of a union where love and understanding is put into practice rather than constant story of domestic violence and betrayal? Sometimes marriage becomes where mother-in-law loses her patience and tolerance on her daughter-in-law, forgetting she is like your adopted child whom you need time and patience to understand because she never grew up under your roof. While some daughter-in-law totally forgets that her mother-in-law deserves honor and respect, rather she becomes your opponent instead of your partner in love. I know that some persons could be evil and wicked, but try your best to do the right thing. Indeed, the change we need is us as individual and as group. New Year resolution is not magical, it's practical. Change in action is more effective than change in words. To the businessmen and women out there, striving so hard to make it, this new year, think of change that can make you better. To that student who has refused to take his or her academics serious, this new year, wake up early and march forward. Remember, you are the future leader. If you keep making unseriousness a habit, with what and where will you lead Nigeria to when it gets to your turn? To the employers and employee, put in place those structures that will bring about new and better Nigerian. 25th of February is a day we are given the opportunity to make a change. Please, vote truthfully. Remember, our next 4 years is in our hands. Long live Nigeria and God bless Nigeria. Let's go for a short break, then we'll come back for the next segment. Welcome back. This is Moments of Realities on Radio Maria 91.3, the voice of truth. Before we went for a short break, I read on what I wrote, what New Year resolution should be. So, for those who listen to my write-up, whenever you are thinking of your New Year resolution, some persons are yet to make theirs and some persons had made theirs. Imagine that we make it as a group. Imagine it's not all about I won't shout, I won't lose my temper, I won't do this. Imagine that this change we are talking about gets to our organization. Imagine that this change we are talking about gets to us as a group. I believe that Nigeria would definitely be a better place. So, as usual, it's always an interactive section. So, I have the number here to call out, and I also have a career coach and a business consultant who we call in to tell us For those who are thinking, what do I do? How do I go forward? I've been trying this, it's not working out. I've been doing this, it's not working out. What should I do? Our career coach will call her into the program and she will tell us. I believe when you sit back, you will definitely have something to learn from her. Now, while we're planning to call her, I can always give you our number so that you can call and ask any question after we might have had our conversation with her. Definitely she will hear you. The number to call is 081 084 47518. I call again 081 084 47518. You can still call and talk about your New Year resolution or what you feel that New Year resolution should be, or what is your advice on that. While we wait for our career coach to call us, let's discuss better. Like I said, she will definitely call and let's hear from her. If you are having a challenges, what is that thing you're trying to do and you're finding it difficult, you're struggling with it, you don't know what to do, she will definitely talk to us. So back to our previous discussion. If you are making your New Year resolution or you have made it previously, think of those things that will bring positive change. Okay, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, good evening. Sorry, what's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? We lost that call. Please do well to call back. We would love to hear you. So, as we were saying previously, New Year resolution as a person, we're always used to hearing it's in this year I'm not going to take alcohol. Okay, this year I'm not going to talk too much. This year I'm not going to do this. And today I said, imagine. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mike. I'm calling from Central Area.
Okay, Michael, you're welcome to the program.
Although I prepared towards the new year that I will have a change in life, so my most concentration about the change was smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
But
I can hear you, please.
So eventually I could not make it.
Okay.
So the burden still on me. So that's why I take interest of calling you.
Okay. That's a very good one. I will definitely want us to still talk about this. I want you to talk about this. So what you would do for me is you will try and send your number so that I will call you and let's have a conversation. You need to talk with somebody. I will get to know you and let's have a conversation. Okay, sorry, we lost that call. Please do well to call back. It's a very interesting one. He said he made a New Year resolution to stop smoking, and unfortunately he has found himself still smoking and it becomes a burden to him. So whoever that is listening to us, in any way you can help, then it's good. You do well to call and let's hear your advice or suggestion on this. So what is your New Year resolution? What New Year resolution should be? What New Year resolution should not be? Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Miss Brenda.
Okay.
I'm calling you from Lagos.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much, Brenda, for calling in. Brenda, you are highly welcome to the show and you are on air. Remember, before you called in, I made introduction that a career coach will give us a call to tell us, those youths out there who are struggling with one or two things to do, or those who are setting up business and they are having challenges, we want you to tell us how can we go about it. So before you answer me, I would like to introduce you. This is Brenda Okafor. She is a career coach and a business consultant. Brenda, you're welcome to the show.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so Brenda, now imagine that this is let's take for instance now a student who just finished school. I know back then in school, when you are in school, there's this so much expectation. Okay, I read law, I come out, I want to be a lawyer, I want to practice it. I read a mass communication, I want to come out and practice it. Now imagine this is a student who just finished from school and she finds out that the job is not forthcoming and this is her career, she's not practicing it. Now is there something else one could do while waiting? or must it be, it must be this I want to do and I must do it? What can somebody do while waiting if you are not opportune to practice this your career?
Okay, okay. Can I be heard?
You can be heard, please. You can go on.
Also, that's a beautiful question. Okay, it's okay. No, why we are taught that we should go to school, we should graduate and have a beautiful life.
Yes.
But my advice to the person, the lawyer, you wouldn't want to wait. Definitely, it's good you're a lawyer and you have dreams to accomplish. That's beautiful. That makes you different from the ordinary people. Why I say it's different from the ordinary people? Because an extraordinary person will want to go extra miles to achieving his or her dream. Now, as a lawyer, and you have this passion about law, and it's not coming forth after maybe looking for a job for 2 years. Now, it's a two thing. We find ourselves in a country whereby what you study is not what you go for.
Okay.
And it's a true thing, like I said earlier, what you study is not what we go for.
Okay.
Now, what you're going to do while you are waiting to accomplish your dream as a lawyer, because definitely, why do you go to school? It's for you to get a job and start making money.
Okay.
There's some person that say, I have a passion of my dreams. Yes. Why you go to school? For you to graduate and start making money. That is just the reason why it's for you to have acquired knowledge for you not to make money. But guess what? In university, we are not taught on how the principles of making money comes in. That is why when you get a job, you start understanding there are principles of making money. Then you know that job is not enough. Now, for the person becoming a lawyer wants to be a lawyer, our advice, while you're waiting for you to achieve your dreams, there's what we call acquired knowledge.
Okay.
There's a saying that goes like this, that no knowledge is a waste. Now, what do I say acquired knowledge? That acquired knowledge can be called skills.
Okay.
If you look at our educational sector right now, if you call a student now to ask the student what do you want to become, the student say I want to become a doctor, I want to become a lawyer. But the situation of our country entails so. So what the student tends to do is to go and learn skills. Why is he learning skills? It's for him to make money. So if I'm to advise why you are waiting for the dream job for you to have, why you waste time? Get a skill, acquire a skill. There are principles of how to make money. Now, the principle of making money is in skills. Now you know that your certification, having your certificate, having your acquired DSC is not enough.
Okay.
Other people go for masters, but if we go for masters, in our country where we are in right now, you know that even a first class graduate, it's still not enough. Because if you look at it, you'll be asked what are the acquired skills apart from your professional courses, apart from your BSc. So I would advise that lawyer, while you are waiting for, get a skill, get to learn something, do something. So principle of money comes in the skills of what the value you can give in exchange of the money. Sometimes certification, your BSc is not enough. It's really not enough. So advice, while you are waiting for you to acquire your dream lawyer, you want to be a banker, and the job is not coming, but why waiting? Go and learn there's so many entrepreneurs all over. And where the money you are looking for, because I love making money a lot. That is why I'm a career person, a business coach. Go into skills. Go and build something for yourself. Go and add more value. Now,
because we don't have much time, before I wrap up with you, Brenda, I just want to ask, because you're definitely going to give us your number for some persons who want to get an advice from you. You know, some persons who want to start up a business, they need this, because you of course, you're a business consultant. Some persons want to know, like, if you were listening to my program, and today the topic was what New Year resolution to be. And in the course of my write-up, I still advise businessmen and women out there, think of a change that will better your life. So Brenda, before you give us your number and I wrap up with you, I want to ask one thing. Now, in terms of one getting a skill, is it necessary that one should get a skill that something you love, or you get a skill or something that can fetch you money? You know, some persons might say, I have passion to do this, this is what I like. While some persons will say, it's not a matter of what you like, it's a matter of what will give you money. So just on a few minutes, what's your advice on that?
Okay, that's a beautiful question. I'll refer back to my first one. We were taught, like I said earlier, to go to school. We have passion for us to become something. But the way it is right now, our advice for you to go to work gives you money. Because the bitter truth is that if you get to a part where your passion is not enough for you to go ahead. Yes, it's good for you to have passion. Now let's talk about some careers.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that you want to be a musician with the way our country is. You keep building, because sometimes you need to create awareness. You might be doing it for like 5 years, 6 years. You might see it like maybe the first 2 years not making you money, or maybe you're not achieving that. Not that you don't achieve your dream, but I would advise for you to go to something that can give you money. Then you build that career.
Okay.
Your passion is not enough.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your passion can get you frustrated when the money is not coming in.
Okay.
Your passion can get you frustrated when the money is not coming. Why do you have the passion? Because you want to make money. Let's not be moved that my passion gives me the money. Yes, passion gives you the money, but if it's not giving you the money, you need to solve so many responsibilities around you. It will start becoming frustrated. So go for the money. I didn't say you can't do illegal things or do something that will bring shame to you, but go for what gives you value in exchange of the money.
Okay, thank you very much, Brenda. Please, can we have your number for those who would want to have conversation with you, might need your advice? Please, can you give us your number?
Okay, that's awesome. My number is 070.
Okay.
311.
Okay.
Sorry, 070.
Okay.
3101.
Okay.
2451.
Okay.
I repeat, 070.
Okay.
3101. 2451. That's again.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, Brenda, for giving us your time. We're very, very grateful.
Okay, you're welcome. You have a lovely day.
Thank you. So, for those who are actually listening to us, I said before we at the beginning of a program that I have a career coach who will just give us one or two advice for those who are thinking of business to start up with, thinking of what to do. She has given you one or two advice that can guide you. So going back to our previous discussion before she called, somebody said that he made a New Year resolution to stop smoking, but he found himself still smoking. Now, there is this feeling of empathy that came over me when I heard his voice. So it's necessary. If you can call, I'll be grateful. Let's talk to him. 081 084 47518. Now, if you are listening to me, the Michael that called me, Michael, I want you to know that change does not just automatically happen. It's process. Now, for the fact that you took up this decision on the 1st of January or probably on the 2nd of January that I'm going to stop smoking, it will not just magically change something that you have been. Okay, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling? Okay, we lost that call. Please do well to call back. Now, it won't be so easy for you to just stop. Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Francis.
Okay, Francis, what's your opinion? In what dimension are you going to? Are you for the business? Are you for the New Year resolution?
A New Year resolution.
Okay.
Area.
Okay.
Yeah. New Year resolution this time do not be personal New Year resolution.
Yes. Yeah.
When we make New Year resolution and automatically system is not going well, definitely your New Year resolution will not go well.
Yeah. Yes.
Time New Year resolution should be collectively on how to move forward.
Yeah.
We vote in the leader that will talk to our destination, to the promised land.
Yes.
Because if you made a New Year resolution that you're not going to shout, you're not going to quarrel, you're not going to fight, and you finish school as a medical student or whatever, and you find yourself in other areas to stop a lack of something.
Yeah.
Yet you are going to shout, you are going to fight. That means that the decision will not come out well.
Yeah.
So that is what it should be. It should be collective effort.
Yeah.
Because any new reflection anyone makes, and it's not what the positive progress that will better your life, the solution will not work as fine. And another one is the respect of the brother that just called for smoking habit. Anything, smoking is a habit.
Yeah.
He was not born with it.
Yes.
Hello?
I can hear you, please. I'm enjoying what you're saying.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you, please.
Yeah, he was not born with it.
Yes.
They said a journey of 1,000 miles begins with themselves.
Yes.
So let you reduce, make it moves like I say, 3 weeks in a day. Let you start reducing it by a day.
Yes.
From 2 weeks a day.
Okay.
Hello?
I can hear you, please. Keep on.
From reducing from 2 weeks in a day,
Yes.
you can go back to 1 week in a day.
Okay.
Before you know this, you will definitely going to stop it.
Okay.
Understand? Because he was not born with it.
Yes. Okay.
So that is it. That's how we can actually work on himself. Let him discipline himself and know how to come out of it. Because no one person is to go and go there to do it. Understand? Some people will do something, they will tell you it's the devil's work. Yes, the devil's work and it's a business. But another way around,
It's the devil's work, but the devil used you, right?
no,
Yeah.
the devil was not there when you went and buy cigarettes. The devil did not give you money to go and buy cigarettes. So all these things are happening. You will see somebody that go and steal now, you tell you it's the devil's work. The devil find you.
Did the devil ask you?
So that is the thing, it's a habit.
No, but some persons say maybe it's the devil that is the voice. Maybe devil is just talking to the person.
So we should be able to know how to regulate some things. And all of us, sometimes in life, we do, everyone has conscience.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people don't listen to their inner conscience.
Yes.
Yeah, they will just do whatever they feel like. But before you do anything bad, anything good, their conscience will definitely tell you if this thing is good or bad.
Yeah.
So that's my house for you. Let's reduce the quantity of cigarette exposed to the day. Not like to I believe you will come out of it.
Oh, thank you very much for calling in. That was a very lovely advice. We're very grateful. So, Mikey, I believe you're listening. The person who called in said it's not something that you just stop. It's a gradual process. So please don't feel bad. From your voice, I could sense that you're already feeling bad. You're already feeling that I'm not achieving what I want to. No, you are. And don't ever feel it's something you cannot do. Like our last caller said, you weren't born doing it. It's a habit you develop. Now, it will take process for it to stop. And those processes include discipline. Yes, discipline. Ability to say to yourself, okay, if I'm able to take 1 pack, I'm able to take maybe 10 sticks, or you're taking 5, or you're taking whatever, you start by taking 4. You start by, okay, but today I won't take up to that 5. No matter how I'm being pushed, I'm not going to take it. I will take 3. And when you take that 3, you find out that even when you're pushed to attempt more, you say to yourself, no, you will not do it. If you're able to succeed that day, you attempt it the following day, and stuff like that. And it's also nice you avoid, maybe at that moment you're trying to train yourself to get rid of that habit, it's necessary you avoid gatherings and friends that will push you to do so. Yes, some persons might say, I have this habit of drinking, and I get tipsy, and I fall off, and I'm being taken home unconsciously. And some persons will say, okay, I want to stop drinking to an extent. And tomorrow you find yourself in a gathering where your friends are, you'll be pushed to do the same thing. Now, I am not saying that having to be in a function or having to be in a gathering is a crime, but what I'm saying, at the period you are trying to get rid, you're trying to train yourself to stop that habit, it's necessary you discipline yourself. You cut down finding yourself in a group where you might be forced or you might be pushed to go back to that person you don't want to be, or that your old self. Now let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. Welcome back. For those who are not around or who just tune in, this is Moments of Realities on Radio Maria 91.3, the voice of truth. and we talked about what New Year resolution should be. And we also had a career coach and a business consultant who called and was able to tell young youth out there who are striving to get themselves busy, or who are feeling bad that I just finished from school, I'm not getting a job, and she was able to tell you or tell us this is what you can do while waiting. And we also talked about that New Year resolution is not just about your personal self, it should be a collective act for us to achieve it. Like one of our previous caller who said that if it's always a personal something, there won't be much change. Okay, take for instance, good afternoon. Okay, sorry, we lost that call. Please do where to call. The number to call is 081 084 475 18 081 084 475 18. So he said it should be a collective act. So it's not just something that, because if, for instance, you say to yourself, okay, this year I will make sure I employ the candidates who are qualified, and your assistant is not in line with what you're doing, you find out that New Year resolution cannot work. If you listen to my write-up, you find out that if everybody as a group in an organization, government parastatals, everybody decides to make a change, the world, our country, Nigeria, will definitely change.